Why do people always think the grass is greener on the other side? They walk out thinking they're trading up, but end up tripping over fake turf. Yeah, that's what happened to me. Except I wasn't the one chasing better. I was the one left behind. But here's the twist. My heart didn't shatter, not even close, and maybe that's the part that scared him the most. This is the story of how I found out my husband was cheating on me with my so-called best friend. But what really blew my mind wasn't the betrayal. It was how stupidly he got caught. You ever get that feeling when your whole life flips? But instead of crying, you just sit there like, yo, did this fool really think I wouldn't find out? Yeah. Welcome to my life. Or what used to be my life, before I got drafted into the Heartbreak League. Only, plot twist, my heart? Not even broken. I mean, maybe the shock hadn't worn off yet, but all I could think was, damn, I really married this clown? And the wildest part? It wasn't even the fact that my husband cheated on me. Nah, I think what hit harder was how dumb he was about it. Like, if you're gonna be a cheater, at least be a smart one, right? Let me tell you how it went down. It's the end of January. My dear husband's packing for a business trip. Whole performance. Sighing, complaining, talking about how tired he is of the boss micromanaging everything, and how he's probably gonna end up in another roach motel. He even had the nerve to say, I hate being away from your warm hugs, babe. This is the worst part of my job. Aw, so sweet. So, like the good wife I was, I made him some homemade snacks, kissed him goodbye at the taxi, and waved him off like he was going to war. It was Saturday morning. I figured, all right, let him settle in, get briefed, and start Monday. I went home, took a nap, and around lunchtime, I made myself a hot cocoa and opened up Instagram. Yeah. What, that app we all love to hate. Guess whose dumb face showed up first on my feed? Yup, my man, with my best friend. In a selfie. Caption, finally got away for a cozy weekend with my love. My jaw didn't even drop. I just stared at the screen like, nah, ain't no way this man just exposed himself like that. And honestly, I wasn't even mad. Not about the lie, not about the cheating. I was just embarrassed for him. Like, how stupid do you have to be? You let her, the same girl who posts everything but her bathroom breaks, take photos with you while you're away on business, knowing damn well she's gonna upload it all for the world to see? I swear, it was like a switch flipped in my brain. Just that morning, I was curled up in bed, feeling all sad about being without him, crying a little, hugging him goodbye like I'd miss him for years, making his favorite breakfast. And then, bam! Just like that, nothing. No love, no pain, just, you absolute idiot. Meanwhile, Mr. Business Trip is texting me every night like, miss you, babe, wish you were here, hotel sucks, food's trash, love you. And I'm sitting there watching their cute little photo shoot, holding mugs of mulled wine, snuggling by the fire, skating under fairy lights like a damn holiday movie. My replies? Just, And I'd go back to doing my thing. I didn't even want to fight, like in those old movies. Should I scream? Or just quietly pack my stuff? By the time he got back, I swear, it was like a stranger walked through my door. He went all in on the role, too. Bobby, I missed you so much. I haven't had a proper meal in days. I need your love, and your lasagna. I looked at him like, you done? Didn't even argue, didn't cry. I just nodded, said, cool, and went to the kitchen. 2 days later, guess who shows up? His mama. He brought his mom to fix things. I come home, and she's in my kitchen, baking something, setting the table like it's Thanksgiving, pouring homemade wine. And look, I love that woman. She's always been sweet. So when we sit down to talk, I'm like, all right, let's do this. She starts. Honey, what's going on? My son is a mess. He says you're distant. You were fine before he left. Now he comes back, and you're cold. What happened? I sip my wine, look her dead in the eye, and say, "Your son's a cheater. Not just a cheater, a dumb one. I expected to raise smart kids. What do you think will come from a man this stupid?" So yeah, I'm planning to divorce him. I gotta find a new apartment, move my stuff, figure out how to explain all this to my own parents. It's a lot, and honestly, I'm tired. Silence. Then he starts blowing up. "That's not true. Who told you that? This is all lies. People are out to get me." And I'm just like, "Babe, if you wanted to hook up with someone else, fine. But you picked my best friend. The same girl who treats Instagram like her personal reality show. You saw her taking pictures. You posed. And now you're shocked I found out?" Everyone saw it. Literally everyone. Friends, coworkers, neighbors. I even got texts like, "Hey, I didn't know you guys split. Who's the new girl with your man?" But the weirdest part? It still didn't feel real. Like I was watching someone else's life. 1 week later, I moved out. Bought myself a kitten for Valentine's Day. Named him Oliver. Don't ask why. It just felt right. Now? He calls, his mama calls, my parents call, even she calls. Yeah, the bestie. Trying to say it was a mistake, that he loves me so much. And somehow, they all think I'm the villain. You're throwing away a good, strong marriage. You'll regret this. Who's gonna want you at 30? Like what? Nobody gets it. I didn't marry this man. I married someone loyal, someone smart, someone I loved. But the guy who came back from that trip? Just some fool with no morals and a camera-ready smile. And I feel nothing for him. In 2 weeks, I'll be divorced. 5 years of my life, torn out like pages from a book, like it never happened. You ever feel like the world expects you to keep forgiving just because it's easier for them? Yeah, same. All right, so let me break this down. I leave. I pack my stuff, take my cat Oliver, and bounce. No drama, no yelling, no broken plates or TikToks with sad girl vibes. Just me and 2 suitcases, waiting for an Uber like it's the finale of a Netflix show. And you know what? It felt peaceful. Like I wasn't just walking out of a bad marriage, I was walking back to myself. But that peace? Yeah, it didn't last long, because suddenly, everyone around me decided I was the problem. Like, wait, hold up. I got cheated on, but now I'm the villain in someone else's love story? You ever notice how people get real uncomfortable when a woman doesn't fall apart? Like, they expected me to cry for weeks. Get wine drunk, stalk his socials, maybe post sad quotes like, "Sometimes love just isn't enough." But instead, I'm out here getting my hair done, walking Oliver like a lunatic, and learning to make pasta without sobbing into the sauce. And people hated it. His mom? Bless her, but she straight up told me, "Sweetheart, you're acting a little too calm. Are you sure you're okay?" What did she want me to do? Smash a window? My own cousin, the one who's had 3 husbands and a Vegas annulment, says, "You should fight for your marriage. Don't just walk away." I had to laugh. Fight for what, exactly? The lies? The gaslighting? The trauma bond? Meanwhile, he starts his little sympathy tour on social media, posting moody selfies with captions like, "Didn't think it would end like this. Love is complicated. I wish people knew the full story. Sir, the only thing complicated is how you managed to cheat, so obviously, and still play the victim." And get this, some of my own friends start texting me like, "Maybe you should talk to him. I think he's really sorry." Sorry? Sorry doesn't fix betrayal. Sorry doesn't fix her in your bed, wearing my hoodie while I'm texting you goodnight, thinking you're working late. He didn't forget to take the trash out. He was the trash. But y'all, the gaslighting didn't stop there. He even had the nerve to tell one of our mutual friends. I think she's being a little unstable about all this. Unstable? I was married to a man who lied to my face and slept with someone I trusted. And I'm the unstable one? Men really be out here ruining your whole world and then asking why you're not smiling through the ashes. I moved in with my best friend, Claire, for a while. And shout out to real ones who hand you a blanket, a bottle of wine, And don't ask a million questions. Claire didn't lecture me, didn't judge me. She just said, "You deserve better. Let's make a playlist and get you a lawyer." And that's exactly what we did. One night, we're sitting on the balcony, wrapped in hoodies and sipping wine. And she asks, "Do you miss him?" And I paused. Because, yeah, I missed something. I missed the man I thought he was. The Sundays, the playlists, the dumb little traditions. But that man was a fantasy, a version of him I made up in my head. So I told her, I miss the idea of him, not the real one. That's what no one tells you about heartbreak. You don't just grieve the person, you grieve the illusion, the potential you believed in. And when that breaks, it hits harder than any breakup ever could. Oh, and guess who decided to message me? Yup. Her. The best friend turned backstabber. She sends me this ridiculous message. "Hey, I know you're upset, but it just happened. We didn't mean to fall for each other." Oh, you tripped and fell into a full-blown relationship? What next? Accidentally booked a romantic cabin? Accidentally kissed under fairy lights with Ed Sheeran playing in the background? Girl, please. I didn't even answer. I just blocked her. Because when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Later that week, I got a lawyer, filed the divorce, sent the papers, and that's when he cracked, started calling, texting, leaving long voicemails. "You're scaring me. This isn't the woman I married. You're acting cold." You know what's cold? Cheating, lying, making me feel like I was losing my mind. He even showed up at my office, looking like a sad little puppy. No flowers, no apology, just a weak, "Can we talk?" And I looked him right in the face and said, "Talk about what? Your betrayal? Or how you gaslit me into silence?" He reached for my hand. I pulled it back, not out of anger, but because for the first time, I saw him clearly. Just a man, not a monster, not a soulmate, just a sad, selfish boy who thought I'd never walk away. But I did. And I didn't look back. Because when you finally love yourself more than your fear of being alone, that's when the healing starts. It's been 3 months, 3 whole months since I left. And let me tell you something. I've never felt lighter. Not because I wasn't hurting. Oh, I was. There were nights I curled up in Claire's guest bed, wondering if I made the right choice. But every time I doubted myself, I remembered. He didn't choose me. So I finally chose myself. And guess what happens when you stop trying to fix someone else and start fixing you? You glow. Like I didn't even plan it. I wasn't out here doing a hot girl revenge arc on purpose. But one day, I looked in the mirror, and my skin was clear, my eyes were alive, and my soul. That girl was thriving. People noticed, even strangers. Guys at the coffee shop started saying things like, "You look like you're going somewhere important." And I was like, I am. Forward. I started taking long walks, started journaling, started dressing up even if I was just going to the grocery store. Not for them, but for me. I reconnected with old friends I had pushed away while trying to keep my marriage alive. Funny how much of yourself you give up just to keep someone who isn't even showing up. But now I say yes to brunches, yes to solo dates, yes to things that make my heart light up. I even went on a date. Yeah. Scary, right? It wasn't magical, it wasn't fireworks, but it was kind. And that's more than I'd had in a long time. He listened, laughed at my dumb jokes, held the door, didn't make me feel small or confused or like I had to fight for basic decency. That night, I came home, poured a glass of wine, and smiled. Not because I met him, but because I met me again. Now let's talk karma. Oh yeah, baby, she doesn't miss. Turns out, Mr. Cheaterpants and Miss Oops We Fell in Love didn't last long. Apparently, cheating together doesn't build a healthy foundation. Shocking, I know. Word on the street? They had a huge blowout over trust issues, And he's now back on dating apps, pretending he's just looking for something real. Boy, go heal. But here's the best part. He messaged me again. Weeks after everything. This time it wasn't begging, it was more subtle, more pathetic. He said, "I miss the way you used to look at me. No one's ever looked at me like that since." And I thought, yeah, because I saw you like you could have been. Now, I see you for what you are. I didn't reply. I didn't even feel angry, just done. You know, people think healing is loud, like it's this big transformation with montages and glow-ups and gym selfies. But real healing? It's quiet. It's the moment you stop checking your phone. Stop caring who he's with. Stop replaying the memories like a sad playlist. And start living again. And one day, without even noticing, you wake up and you're free. No more walking on eggshells. No more wondering what you did wrong. No more shrinking to make someone else comfortable. Just you, whole, strong, unapologetic. So, yeah. That's how I got cheated on by my husband and lost my best friend, but found myself. And if you're going through something like this, let me leave you with this. You don't need closure. You don't need revenge. You don't even need them to admit what they did. You just need to stand up, look in the mirror, and remember, you were the best thing that ever happened to them, and they'll spend the rest of their life realizing it. But you're too busy living to notice.